Hi, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to you whenever you catch this class, and if you're joining now, hello. Um, my name's Simone, and I'm going to be leading our class today. It's our flow, urban flow, and you could use 2 blocks if you want to get them. We're going to get started. I'll give it another 5 minutes because I said 12:10 Eastern and 9:10 Pacific. Um, Some of you, if you catch this video at a later date, you might know me from practicing in the hot room together. And if so, so nice to be with you. If I'm new to you, I'll be leading classes on the platform here and there with the rest of the crew at Urban. And, it's a pretty informal setup. You're in my home in Toronto. And we're just going to move and breathe, because that's the secret sauce. 2 blocks if you have them. I like to use them. Some people don't like to flow with them. So you'll see me grab it here and there, and you'll hear me mention it. And if you're ready to go and you have what you need, you can just lie down and start to transition into the space and idea and comfort of your practice. All right, guys, we're going to just settle in with a couple of breaths. You can start with legs long, or you can rest your knees up against one another and feet a little wider. Lower back might settle into the mat as you lay down. And there won't be any music for this particular class. You're free to listen away if you want, Next time I pop on, I'll lead with some music. But you can start to tune into your breath and kind of make it your soundtrack for the next little bit of time. For those who are just popping on right now, my name's Simone, and I'm going to guide us through an urban flow practice. I'll pop on from time to time on this platform, so you can come back and visit us all. Feet still, hip width, maybe even mat width distance, knees wide this time, and then just start to move your knees left to right, right to left. Breathe in and breathe out through the nose. Maybe you go down a little bit further each time and just start to feel mobility. Hips, legs, and a marriage of breath with your movement. You can add on a second or two to each inhale and exhale to kind of guide the breath to be bigger. And then come up to center, feet hip width distance, knees hip width distance, right? You're going to cross the right ankle over the left knee and take an inhale here. Keep your arms out of this story. Bring the left knee into the chest. Exhale. And you're using the left knee to push to the outside of the right ankle. One breath in, one breath out. Good, and then put the left foot down. Left knee looks up to the sky. Pick up the right foot from the inside, half happy baby. Breathe in and out. Let the right thigh and knee hang out. And then guide the right leg right over the left leg like eagle legs, knee to knee, thigh to thigh. Scoot the hips over to the right, breathe in, and then exhale, knees fall to the left, breathe out. You could tee out your arms, you could cactus your arms. And add one more breath in and out as you look over the right shoulder. And press through the feet, get the knees, legs back up, scoot the hips back to center, uncross the legs. And then cross the left ankle over the right knee. Keep your arms, hands out of it. Pick up the right knee into chest by pressing to the outer left ankle. Inhale and exhale here. You can even ground through your lower back a little more as you press this knee to the left ankle. One more breath in and out. Put the right foot down. Keep the right knee looking up. Pick up the left foot from the inside, half happy baby. Inhales and exhales as you just let it hang. You might kick through the hand a bit, but mostly keep the leg bent. And then cross this left thigh right over the right thigh, knee to knee, thigh to thigh. Scoot the hips over to the left. Inhale here. And then exhale, let the knees fall to the right. I'm going to cactus because of space in my space. You can tee out or cactus your arms. Pick up the knees back to center, kind of scoot the feet back to center. Pick up the hips, scoot that back to center, and then uncross the legs. Bring both knees in towards your chest. Hold on to the knees with the hands, and then just move the knees around in any old way. Add on a little more mobility through the hips. Breathe in and out. And then hug, but guide your lower back down. Wrap the arms around the shins or knees. One more inhale and one more exhale. And then put your hands behind your knees, and we're going to rock and roll a couple of times. As you sit, You're going to turn yourself around and make yourself into a tabletop. If you don't like which way you're looking, then look the other way because you're now facing a different way to front of the mat. Tabletop here, drop your belly, arch your spine. Inhale. And then out the nose, cat your pose, round your spine, exhale. Come back to arch the spine, inhale. You can curl the toes under or not. Exhale, round the spine, cat. A few more, inhale, drop the belly, arch the spine, look up and forward. Exhale, round the spine. And maybe a few more after this, but maybe flip the hands, fingertips look towards the knees as you arch the spine. And then exhale, round the spine. Let's do 2 more. Breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. Maybe for the last one, you flip your hands again, fingers point to the front of the mat. Breathe in, arch. And then exhale, round the spine, breathe out. Good. And then put our shoelaces down, guys. In your tabletop, hover your knees. Press into your shoelaces. Press into your hands, broad your upper back body, and long your neck. So you're not looking up. You're not tucking the chin in. Take an inhale. And then pick up your hips back and up and roll over those toes. Exhale, down dog. Hug your belly in so that you don't flare through the ribs quite as much. Long the spine and push the floor away. Push pose for downward face dog. Breathe in and out. And then maybe pick up your toes here as you reach through the heels, even if the heels don't touch. And just breathe in and breathe out and keep trying to push the floor away and get stronger in this pose. We're going to hold this pose for a couple more breaths. Hold the pose, not the breath. Yeah, and then micro bend the legs, heels up, and take 2 big steps to your topish of the mat. Inhale, forward fold at the top, exhale. Hands to shins or fingertips to floor or to the block. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow and fold. Stand up, arms high, breathe in. Hands to heart, samastiti, breathe out. And then drop the arms, go forward and up, inhale. And then simple fold here, exhale. Weight into the fronts of the feet, halfway lift, press the back of the head to the sky, shoulders away from the ears, exhale, fold. We're going to get up one more time, arms high, breathe in. Exhale, hands to heart. And drop the arms, then forward and up, or you can go wide and up, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Ardha Uttanasana to get a halfway lift, back of the head presses your sky away. Exhale, fold, and then step to plank. 1 foot at a time, get strong. Press the backs of the knees and the thighs to the sky, broad the upper back body. Breathe in and out. You can put your knees down, take an inhale, go forward to tippy toes, and then exhale, chaturanga, bend. The elbows look all the way back till you kiss the floor. Shoelaces on the floor, pelvic floor on the floor, tips of the fingers frame the outside of your mat and shoulders, and then lift your heart and your head up last. Breathe in. We're going to do this a couple times. Kiss the floor, breathe out. Fingertips to floor, inhale, breathe in, lift a little higher. Exhale, kiss the floor. One more time, fingertips to the mat or outside of the mat, lift a little higher. Exhale, kiss the floor. You're going to press to a child's pose. Big breath in, stay. Big breath out. And then come forward to tabletop. Take an inhale. Curl the toes under this time and hover the knees. Exhale. Breath in. Slide your bum straight back towards the heels. And then kick up, down dog, breath out. Full inhale. Full exhale. 2 big steps to the top, other foot leads. Breathe in. And fold, breathe out. Stand up, arms high, inhale. Hands to heart, exhale. Kick up the arms, breathe in. Exhale, fold, breathe out. Ardha Uttanasana, press the shins away, get your back long. Exhale, fold, and then 2 big steps back. Plank pose, take an inhale, roll forward into the tippy toes. Chaturanga, halfway. Come through to upward face dog. You can always modify, guys. Press into the shoelaces, pick up the hips, up and back, down dog. Breathe in and out. And this time, try and keep your legs strong and straight. Look forward. Inhale, right leg straight to the top. Left leg straight to the top. Exhale, fold. Stand up, arms high. Breathe in. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's check it out. Chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe out. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, 1 chaturanga breath. Whether you step or hop. Come through in your upward face dog. Press and ground shoelaces. Exhale, downward face dog. Breath out. Take a full breath in and out. We're going to do the straight legs again, but start with the other leg and foot. Inhale and exhale, fold at the top. Stand up, arms high, breathe in. Exhale, hands to heart. Chair pose, feet together. Take an inhale. Sit lower on your exhale, look up. Take your arms high, breathe in. Keep your sit, touch the fingertips down to the ground, and then arms back, breathe out. Touch your fingertips down to the mat, graze the mat, inhale the arms up. Touch your fingertips down to the mat, arms back, exhale, sit in that chair. 1 more breath forward through the arms, chair, breathe in. Exhale, stand up, hands to heart. Arms high, take an inhale. Exhale, fold out. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, chaturanga, breathe out. Upward face dog on an in-breath. And downward face dog, exhale. Full breath in, full breath out. Feet together, especially if you want to hop. Heels high, a little micro bend to legs. Hop or big step, top of the mat, breath out. Halfway lift, in breath. Exhale, fold. Feet together, chair pose, sit down from your fold, breathe in. Sit a little lower, breathe out. You're going to stand up and bring the left knee in towards the chest. 1 Legged Tadasana. Inhale. Take your chair pose, or not your chair, sorry, tree. Exhale, hands to heart. Stand up tall for Vrikshasana. Left knee opens up a little more. Kick up the arms, breathe in. Bring the left knee forward and carefully step to chair, feet together, knees together, breathe out. Take an inhale here. Exhale, hands to heart, twist towards the right. 1 breath in, 1 breath out. Your right rib cage a little more open for the sky. Left hip back, right hip forward. Come out of this chair, stand up. We're going to go arms high, breathe in. We're going to cactus the arms, open the chest, breathe out. We're going to kick the arms up, spine long, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, chaturanga, 1 breath. Upward face dog on an inhale. And downward face dog on an exhale. Feet together, heels go high, look forward, breathe in. Hop, big step, top of the mat, breathe out. Halfway lift. Exhale, bow. Feet together, chair pose, breathe in. Low sit, breathe out. Look up, start to straighten the left leg, right knee into chest, one-legged Tadasana, breathe in. And then tree pose, other side, right foot to the inner left leg. It's got to go high or low of the knee, not on it. Flag the knee more open, but endeavor to bring that right hip forward as you stand really strong in the left leg. Arms high in breath. One exhale, right knee forward, stays elevated, then sit down into chair. Feet together, knees together, breathe in. Hands to heart, twist to the left, breathe out. Feel the twist and wring it out. If you've had a nice little weekend, it might feel nice to do that. Real long spine, rib cage on the left side, rotating. Come out of it, stand tall, arms go high, kick it up, breathe in. Cactus, open through the chest, breathe out. Arms go high, long spine, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, chaturanga, hopper step. Use the exhale to carry all the way through. So then you go up dog, inhale, and then you go down dog, exhale. Full breath in and full breath out. Heels, toes together, heels high, inhale. Big step or hop, exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Chair pose, inhale the arms high. Exhale, the hands will go down again, touch the mat, arms back. Inhale the arms high. And graze the mat again, down and back. Inhale the arms high. Exhale, hands to heart. Pick up the left knee, right leg straight. Cross the left ankle over the right thigh, then sit back down, figure number 4. And breathe in. And breathe out. Put your hands down on the ground. Take an inhale, sit a little lower. Kick back the left leg into space, a little wee toppled tree for a beat. Breathe in. And then step into a lunge. Breathe out. Arms forward in line with the ears. Inhale. And then exhale, hands to heart. Twist over this front leg. Kind of continue the journey, the story here. Press the back of the left knee to the sky. Peel your belly off this right thigh. You can do it. 3, 2, and then take the hands down. Frame the front foot. Breathe in. Straighten the right leg. Breathe out. Bend the right leg. Breathe in. And then straighten. We'll do one more time. And then bend the right leg. Breathe in. Exhale, straighten the right leg. Breathe out. Listen, walk the hands towards the right. Keep your legs in a kind of pyramid pose. Keep your left hip working forward, right hip back. Breathe in and out. And then walk your hands back to center. Breathe in. Listen, walk them to wide-legged fold. Breathe out. Point your toes straight ahead. Maybe even pigeon toe in, heels out. Halfway up. Inhale. Exhale, bow down. Halfway up. Inhale. Exhale, bow it down. Hang in your bow for one delicious breath. Maybe try and avoid doing a tripod headstand here. We're going to get moving soon. Just let it all hang out the crown of the head by weight forward into the feet. long spine for 3 and 2. Yeah, and then halfway lift, breathe in. Keep your right foot where it is, just bend your left leg. And then don't come up through the hips, just bend your right leg and slide your hips to the right. And don't come up through the hips, you're just sliding your hips low as you bend through one leg and the other. Should be somewhere in the middle of, oh, this is kind of interesting and maybe even delicious, in the way of what you're doing and opening your hips. Next time you go and bend to the left leg, stay there, flip the right toes up, and Tadasana variation. And then bend the right leg, right toes point straight ahead, and come right into Warrior 2. And breathe in, and breathe out. Inhale, fly your warrior, arms high, right leg straight. Exhale, second warrior. Inhale, fly your warrior. Exhale, second warrior. Listen, exalt your warrior, left hand down, right arm high. Exhale, cartwheel the hands, move right through a chaturanga. You can hover the right foot or hook it. And then exhale, upward face dog, or inhale, I should say. And downward face dog, land. Breathe in. Breathe out. Left leg will go high. Inhale. And then bend the left leg and stack the left hip open. And then extend the left leg long in breath. And then exhale, step through. Right knee down, arms high, Anjaneyasana. Breathe in. And cactus the arms, open the chest, breathe out. And then come up through the arms and hips back, long spine, breathe in. And then exhale, hands down, frame the foot, pick up the back leg, step forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, bow. Chair pose, inhale, the arms high. Exhale, hands to heart. Sit out of this and stand up tall. Breathe in. Breathe out. Gonna kick the arms high, chair pose, inhale. And then fingertips touch the mat, down and back, exhale. And then fingertips graze the mat as they come forward and up. Breathe in, stay in chair. And then exhale, down and back. And then one more time, inhale. And then stand up, hands to heart. Pick up your right knee, left leg straight. Take a breath in. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Sit down into figure number 4. Fingertips will touch down, and that'll help you balance. You can use your blocks. You can sit way low. Really open through the hip. And breathe in and out. And then in that low sit, uncross your right ankle, kick it way back into a kind of capital T, topple tree with your fingertips to the floor. Inhale. And then step the right ball of the foot to the mat in a lunge. Right heel looks up. Exhale. Power lunge, arms back. So some work, right? Into that left leg. Shift the right hip forward, left hip back, and then bring the arms forward with the ears. Breathe in. And then hands to heart, and we're going to twist over this left leg. And continue the story of our twists from before. Breathe in, breathe out, and just really lengthen the breath when you feel like there's a bit of trouble being had. You're going to come out of this twist, hands down, frame the front foot, inhale, and then exhale, straighten the left leg. It should feel welcome. And then bend the left leg, breathe in, fingertips framing the front foot. Exhale, straighten the front leg. And then bend the left leg, breathe in. Exhale, straighten one more time, both legs straight. The back heel can look up. Ground through the feet where they're touching the mat and walk the hands to the left on the outside of that left foot. Press the legs straight, left hip back, right hip forward. And then inhale, walk forward, frame. Exhale, walk to the right, wide-legged fold. And do a halfway lift so that you can sink into the length of the back body and the crown of the head just melting down heavy towards the mat. And you can come up through a halfway lift and down. And then come up through a halfway lift and bend the right leg, but keep the left leg and straight and the left foot grounded. And then slide your hips in space as you bend the left leg. And alternate. Stay low. Don't come up through the hips. Next time you go to the right, stay there and kick up the left toes, Standasana. You can balance that act, hands to heart. Yeah, and then put the hands down, put the left toe and foot down, left toe pointing straight ahead. Right through this low lunge, come into Warrior Two. And then own your Warrior Two before you fly your arms high, straight left leg, breathe in. Exhale, Warrior Two. Straight left leg, right and left arm high. Warrior Two. One more time. Fly the warrior, go down into the second warrior, stay in second warrior, right hand down to right leg, left arm high. So exalt, breathe in. And then cartwheel the hands, kick the left foot back, and go through this exhale for chaturanga. Upward face dog and downward face dog. And then we'll kick the right leg high, inhale. Bend the right leg and stack the right hip. Stacked hip stays, kick the right leg straight, breathe in. And exhale, step through. Low impact as you step, left knee down. Arms go high, breathe in. And exhale, cactus. Get out of the cactus, arms high, inhale. And then exhale, hands down, pick up the back leg, step it forward. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Feet go about hip width, maybe a little wider, and peace fingers to our big toes. Hook those guys on, elbows wide. Fan out the elbows and then start to charge your arms. For 3 and for 2. And then let go of this charge in the arms. Heel toe the feet a little wider. Toes out, heels in, Malasana squat. If you have a story about Malasana squat, it might be a little easier to meet it today given all those low kind of lungy things we did from our wide-legged fold. Sometimes I just like to kind of hang out. Sometimes I like to squeeze my upper inner thighs in Malasana squat and just make it work a little more. Long spine sometimes. Sometimes I'm a sloucher. I'm going to give it to you to find a way to be in it, and 2 more breaths. You're going to take your hands behind and sit to the middle of your mat. Kick up Navasana. And then maybe straighten one leg and notice balancing here. Straighten the other leg. Straighten both legs. Maybe get rid of arms. That's hard for me. You can even maybe see me shaking. And then we're going to go Ardha Navasana. So you're hovering the legs whole, just like kind of that lower back area touching down, hovering the upper body. And then exhale, squeeze up. Ardha Navasana, squeeze up. Ardha for the inhale. Navasana, squeeze up. Ardha for the inhale. Navasana, squeeze up. Ardha for the inhale. Navasana, stay here. Hook your peace fingers to your big toes as you widen your knees. And then kick one leg straight. Bring it back bent. Kick the other leg straight. Breathe in and breathe out. And then kick both legs straight. And the more you pull and kick, you'll find somewhere in the sweet spot middle, balance. Pull your belly in. And then bend, pick up the backs of the knees, or maybe you hover your arms, and go Ardha again, breathe in. And then flutter kick the legs, crossing the ankles. For 3, for 2, woo, and for 1, lie it down. Breathe in. And audible exhale, breathe out. Good, hugging the knees again. Inhale. And then maybe happy baby full exhale. Basically same shape as your squat just a moment ago. We're going to rock and roll, guys. Grab the backs of the knees. Do the rock and roll just because it's fun. A couple. So silly. And then stand up at the top of your mat. Breathe in. Kick your arms high. Be long. And then exhale, hands to heart. Fresh flow, guys. Inhale. Arms high. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, hop or step. Chaturanga. Extend that chaturanga before you inhale, upward face dog. Oh, downward face dog. Full breath in. And out. Walk the hands to the feet, forward fold, feet hip width distance. Breathe in. Slip your hands underneath your feet, toes to wrist creases, fold, breathe out. Pull a nice, decent forward fold here, inhale and exhale. Good. From here, guys, walk your hands up your shins. Do a halfway lift. Breathe in. Hands to hips. Stand up. Breathe out. Sit down chair pose. Inhale. And then wave your arms back at the back of your mat as you graze fingertips to mat. Up and back. Exhale. And then down and forward and up. Breathe in. One more time. Breathe out. Forward as you graze the mat. Inhale. Listen. I want you to cross your right leg right over your left. Eagle. Right arm underneath the left. Lean back. Straighten up through the spine. Sit up straight, but sit low. For 3, 2. Ground through your left foot. Keep your arms right knee high. One-legged Tadasana with eagle arms. Breathe in. Step around the middle of your mat. Just basically one step. Ground your right foot down and topple your tree with eagle arms. And then lift your elbows high with your shoulders. Feel that. And then release your arms back for full expression of topple tree. Inhale. And then you might bring them forward for warrior 3. Exhale. Out of warrior three, as you pick up the left thigh, fingertips down. You can micro bend the right leg to do that. And then you're going to keep your left hand down. I'm reaching for my block. You can go any old height. Left hand down underneath your nose. And you can start to twist this guy to the right. Maybe kicking out your right hand if it's accessible, and it keeps everything in integrity. Before you do anything else, you put your right hand down to meet wherever your left hand is. And then you're going to step your left foot down and woo, sweet justice fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold somewhere in the middle-ish of your mat. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, hands to heart. Arms go high, breathe in. Half sun salutation to get us in our fold. Exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. And exhale, bow. Chair pose here, breathe in. And then take your arms down, graze the mat, back, arms long, opening through the space of your shoulders and chest. Arms down and then up, breathe in. Stay in the seat, exhale down and back. Forward and up, one inhale. And then left leg right over the right, left arm underneath the right. So we're looking for the burn. It's always good to know you're alive. Sit really low along your spine, pick up your elbows. And then from here, keep your arms, straighten your right leg, left knee high, one-legged Tadasana, breathe in. With eagle arms, step your left foot closer to the top of the mat, and then topple your tree with eagle arms. I want you to pick up your elbows in the bind, forward and up. Feel that space. And then inhale the arms back, full topple tree. And then maybe exhale, warrior three. Regardless if you're warrior three or not, you're going to micro bend the left leg, fingertips down. You're going to keep your right hand down underneath your face. And then you're going to start to twist. I like left hand on the small of my back and open that way. And then sometimes I kick up the arm. This side I won't, because my shoulder's always giving me problems on this side. But that's how you work with what is going on in your body and you're honest. For 3, for 2, before anything, left hand down meets the right hand. And then you place the right foot by the left and you relieve what's going on there. Breathe in and out. Nice job. Halfway lift, inhale. Stay in that halfway lift. Let's do hands to hips and get her up. Stand up, exhale. Take the hands to heart, Samastiti. And on your next exhale, drop the arms, take a stand. Breathe in and breathe out. Hey now, chair pose, feet together, knees kiss. Inhale. Sit even lower if you can, and exhale, breath. And then in the low sit, pick up the heels, go wide through the knees, pressing the insides of the feet together and the heels together for leverage. And then fold with the knees wide and heels high. And take an arm balance if it feels like a good idea. Knees on the upper arms. Look forward, it's not down. And then pick up a squeeze of the heels into the butt. And then you're going to exhale into chaturanga, or you're going to step into inhale plank. Breathe in and move through your flow that way. One breath in here. One nice down doggy breath out. Feet together, heels high. Take an inhale. Big step or hop. Maybe shoot up if you've got a practice of handstand. And then you land in your forward fold. Halfway lift. Breath in. And exhale. Bow it down. Interlock the hands at the left shin. Pick up the left leg as you roll and stand up. One Legged Tadasana. Standing wind relieving pose. Peace fingers on the left hand to the big left toe. And then kick out or forward and out first. Good job. Take one more breath in as you express the kick out if that's where you're at, and one more breath out. And then to bend the left leg like we kind of did at the beginning in that half happy baby on our back, and bring it back into a kick of topple tree. Breathe in. Step to a lunge. Breathe out. Arms high, crescent lunge. Inhale. Exhale, second warrior. Flyer warrior, that's arms high, straight leg. Breathe in. Exhale, second warrior. Exalt your warrior. Inhale. Grab your right wrist, straighten your right leg as you pull back. Exhale. And then come forward in a little sweep and move back into warrior two. Breathe in. And then right arm down, left arm high. Exhale. Full breath in here. And full breath out. Exalt your warrior. Take an inhale. And then exhale, cartwheel the hands. Kick back. I want you to scoot the right ankle behind the left ankle. And then roll to the right foot, right side, right arm high. Vastisthasana, in breath. Option to kick the left leg out and work something there on the obliques. Exhale. For 3. For 2. Woo! Right hand down. Keep the hook. Breathe in. And then exhale. Chaturanga. Get out of the hook for shoelaces down. Up dog. And then exhale. Downward face dog. Nice. Left leg high. Inhale. Bend the left leg again. Stack the hip. Can't get enough of those sugar hips. Straighten the left leg. Breathe in. Bring the knee to nose. And then step through. Right knee down. Step the left hand to the inside of the left foot. Go for it. Bring your heart down perhaps. For 3. For 2. And for 1. And then walk the hands back up. Curl the back toes under. Breathe in. And then exhale, move into pigeon pose here. On the left side, breathe out. Try and stay high for a beat, guys. It's a different pose, and it's been a pretty active thing, and we're going to get going for the other side soon, but it's just also kind of interesting to stay more awake in this pigeon and then firmly plant your right inner hip down and just open up through the chest. Even though you're holding up yourself, softening through the shoulders and the neck and also through the expression of your forehead. No furrowed brows. Yeah. Lean over to the left side in pigeon. You're going to bring your right leg over your left. Step your right foot over your left. Right hand behind like kickstand and left arm high to twist. Exhale, rotate. Good. Come out of this twist. We're going to do something funky. Twist all the way to the left. Get out of the twist of the legs. Downward face dog facing the other way. Breathe in. And breathe out. Heels high. Look at now the top of the mat was the back of the mat. Exhale. Hop. Top of the mat. Halfway lift. Breathe in. Exhale. Fold. Interlock at the right shin, kind of midway. Roll up, stand up, right leg. Standing, wind relieving. Love it, guys. Peace fingers to big right toe. You're starting with a standing half happy baby, but kick forward and then out. Any old expression that you'd like to have here. Breathe in and breathe out. And then as you bend the right leg to come back to center, you're kind of in a standing half happy baby. Keep the right knee elevated. Kick back to topple tree for a beat. Breathe in. And then step into a lunge. Breathe out. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, second warrior. Flyer warrior, breathe in. So that's arms up, straight left leg. Exhale, second warrior. Exalt your warrior, dance it back. Grab your left wrist, straighten your left leg as you pull. Breathe in. Exalted triangle, breathe out. And then swoosh your arms down and bend through the left leg. Go to a warrior two, and then left arm down, right arm high. Full breath in. Full breath out. So extended side angle or a bent knee triangle. You can extend the arms if you want more. Exalt your warrior, take an inhale. And then cartwheel the hands, kick back, hook the left ankle behind the right. Breathe in. And then roll to the outside of the right foot, but inside of the left foot hole, left arm high. Tadasana. You can kick out the right leg if you've got the strength, curiosity, and you want to do more. Hey now. Left hand down, keep the cross of the ankles, breathe in, chaturanga. Shoelaces down as you upward face dog. Roll over our toes, down dog. Right leg high, inhale. Bend the leg, stack the hip, exhale. Straighten the leg with stack hip, breathe in, and bring knee to nose. Out of that, step forward. Left knee down. Walk the hands to the inside of the right foot and walk down. Couple more breaths here in our low lizard lunge. And then you are going to walk your heart up. Use your inhale to do that. Frame your front foot, pick up your back leg, and then pick up the hips to step into pigeon on this side. Breathe in and out. And again, I'm advocating for today to hang out in proud pigeon and see what's happening. Just keep it more awake, more alive, and definitely in a place of effort. Just explore. Out of proud pigeon, because you're high in your heart, lean over to the right side. Bring this left leg forward, step the left foot over the right thigh. Ground your sit bones, left hand behind like kickstand, right arm high, and then twist. Yeah. Long spine, ground your sit bones, one more breath in. Woo! And a breath out. As you come out of the twist, you keep coming out of it. You keep twisting, twisting right. Then you untwist those legs to stand into your downward face dog. Now, option to add on another flow. And if you do have props, you can put props underneath your hands for your down dog and get like a super duper big back bend. As you inhale forward to plank, roll into the tippy toes, exhale chaturanga, shoelaces on the mat, uppy dog. Yes. Downward face dog, Adho Mukha Shavasana. Breathe in and out. Come onto the knees. If you've got blocks, use them, hands on the blocks. Lengthen the child's pose and maybe slide the blocks underneath your forearms so your hands hang in front and give you an extra added. The blocks underneath your arms to expand this stretch. So you're almost in that kind of melted heart region in terms of what's happening in the shoulders. And then come back up. If you've got those blocks, hands on the blocks for tabletop. Yeah, and breathe in, arch the spine one more time. Where we started, breathe out, round. And then you're going to come down onto your back body. If you don't have blocks, you're going flat. If you do have blocks, you're ending with one little offering. First block across your shoulder blades at the medium height horizontally. Second block for your head vertically, lowest height. If you don't have blocks, you could crumple up a little towel underneath and across your shoulder blades. That'll give you just a little bit. Or you could settle in to your back body, and then we'll all do the final work of hips. Soles of the feet step to the mat. Knees go wide. Soles of the feet touch. Don't skip this part, dudes. You've got to be able to meet the practice fully. It's a balance of the yin and the yang, even when it's a yang-like class. So as we settle into this heart opener, then what we're going to ask of ourselves is for a shavasana that at least equals the time of this heart opener. You can't come out of the heart opener and then go straight back into life as you know it. You need to be able to neutralize the spine and shift in slowly. So whenever you're ready for that, you can do that. Into your final shavasana. There's 5 minutes of class time on the clock, which is perfect. for even just a bit of Shavasana. What's even more perfect is if we can do more Shavasana, but life. But at least give yourself this time here. Take it easy into your day, into your week. Be kind. And thanks for joining me. Lots of love, you guys. Namaste.